Soon they'll get back in there out of range. We'll try to hold them off.
Hurry before they get through.
The clay in that wall, it seemed to come to life. It turned into a man and then it ran back into the shadows.
Oh, don't be silly.
Flash!
One of the death squadron right on our tail.
Man the gun, Flash. I'll try and get him into position for you. You got him, Flash. Direct hit.
Clay King has told Flash Gordon the secret of your power.
The secret of my power? He wouldn't dare.
Didn't see that coming.
Where are you taking me?
To the Clay people. Look, Doc, we're heading straight into the beam.
Okay, World War II came and went, and in the 1950s is what we consider the golden age of science fiction in general, and Mars movies in particular. The U.S. was really growing technologically as well as socially. We were doing a lot of things. Unfortunately, Russia was also growing at the same time, the Soviet Union, and you're going to see a lot of Red Menace movies as a subtext to a lot of these films. And Red Menace is not necessarily from Mars, but actually from communist Russia. So 1950s, rocket ship XM.
Between the Earth and the Moon at its closest proximity is 238,000 miles. We expect to cover this distance in approximately 48 hours.
X minus 5 seconds. 4,
3, 2, 1, 0.
Degree turn completed.
Reduce power.
Thrill as you get a moon's eye view of Earth. Streak through a barrage of hidden dangers.
Meteorites!
Prepare to jettison tail section. You ready? Go. Reduce power.
Look out!
Now, Rocket Ship XM was experimental moon ship, and they missed. The planets were a lot closer back then. Okay, the next film, Flight to Mars, with Cameron Mitchell, was actually shot in 5 days. I talked to Cameron Mitchell a little while ago, a couple of years ago, and he said he did not even remember the film because it was shot so fast, and you know, he was a working actor at the time.
For centuries, science has studied Mars, the only planet where life may exist. Now the screen creates for you the fascinating, frightening spectacle of the first flight to Mars. Hurtling through the universe, rocketing toward terrifying dangers.
Good heavens, we're heading right into it. This could destroy us. We'll have to get out of it.
On toward Mars with disaster threatening at every moment. Human emotions caught up in the terrific tension of the flight. Here is the suspense, the surprise, drama of the unknown. Flight to Mars.
We have been expecting you. You will come with us now.
Amazing underground Martian cities, a planet of wonders, both scientific and human, of exciting beauty.
Do you still object to my proposal?
To destroy these people and all the people in the world as well? Yes, I do.
Our planet is dying. If this ship ever leaves here, it may well be our last chance for survival.
You know, the way we've constructed this thing, there's a good chance we might be able to bring back a couple of extra people. I didn't want to tell you until I was sure of it. But you're going back with me.
Tense, exciting adventure on a planet of forbidding danger. Starring Marguerite Chapman and Cameron Mitchell.
Okay, the next film is one of the most terrifying films that I've ever seen. It's very heavy with the threat of an alien force from outside. You know, in this case Mars as opposed to the Soviet Union. But they remade this in 1987, and it just did not have the impact because the society was a lot different by then. But here is Invaders from Mars from 1953.
Invaders from Mars. He saw them land from outer space. He saw them capture innocent people only to destroy. Father turned against son. People changed into strange, weird animals. A general of the army becomes a saboteur. Trusted police turned into arsonists. The boy's parents changed into killers.
But nobody's getting anywhere out there. Nobody can locate anything, anybody. The Martians, we've got to start the...
Invaders from Mars, capturing humans at will for their own sinister purposes, turning them into diabolical instruments of destruction. Invaders from Mars, weird, fantastic beings of a superintelligence, ruling a race of synthetic humans and pitting them against mankind's dream to conquer the universe.
Come on, step on it. Search every tunnel. We gotta find Renault and the kid. When the girl gives the signal, get back here on the double.
Okay, the next film, also from 1953, is one of my all-time favorite films, Mars or otherwise. And if you ever get a chance to see this in the theater, do it. It's wonderful on a big screen. The War of the Worlds, George Powell.
This could be the beginning of the end for the human race. For what men first thought were meteors or the often ridiculed flying saucers are in reality the flaming vanguard of the invasion from Mars.
Looks like they're going to come out of that gully pretty soon. We'll have to rush our defenses to be ready when they do.
Going to need plenty of reinforcements.
We'll get them. Lieutenant, look!
They slashed across country like scythes, wiping out everything that's trying to get away from them.
That explains why communication is cut the moment their machines begin moving.
Montreal's blacked out. Nothing more's come through.
Same thing that happened on the Pacific coast. Anything from them yet?
No, Mr. Secretary, we've had nothing from San Francisco for over 5 hours.
The nations of the world mobilize their armed might, rushing to defend the Earth against the unknown weapons of the super race from the Red Planet. Is there nothing that can stop the Martian death machines?
Guns, tanks, bombs. They're like toys against them.
We know now that we can't beat their machines. We've got to beat them.
All over the world, human beings cower before the onslaught of these unearthly enemies, whom no one has ever seen. Panic that sweeps around the globe as the great masses of mankind flee blindly in a headlong stampede of hysteria.
Okay, the 50 continues with wonderful pieces of cinema like Abbott and Costello Go to Mars, which is a great film to watch, but they never quite get to Mars. They first land in Mardi Gras down at Louisiana and then end up on Venus. So go figure there. Devil Girl from Mars was actually a British stage play that got turned into a film, but it's a very stagey kind of film too. We'll show a clip from that. Conquest of Space, which is just now available on DVD over the last year or two. Highly recommend that. World Without End. Quatermass in the Pit was a TV series in England that they eventually took several years later and turned it into a movie. And of course, if you like cheese, It, The Terror from Beyond Space. So here's a look at Devil Girl from Mars.